Ladies and gentlemen, it is my grand white privilege to present to you one of my best friends in the entire world and my co-host for the wonderful podcast, Them Boys. Ladies and gentlemen, the always amazing Setoiyo. Let's hear it.
Well, hi there. How you guys doing, man? How are you? Goodness gracious. Look at y'all. Fantastic. Thank you so much for coming out. Did you get the lotion? Did you get the lotion? Very important. Did you guys get, if you got the lotion, say woo. Say woo when you got the lotion. Yes. It's 2018 and a lot of you people, you don't know each other. You're going to be saying hi to each other at some point in the night. You don't want to be shaking hands. The hands are like stiff, dry. Love yourselves, please. Very, very important. Love yourselves. There are enough white men here that I know that some of you are not using lotion. I know this about you. I know this. Thank you guys so much for coming out on Mother's Day. I greatly appreciate that a whole lot. This is tremendous. Y'all are looking great. You're looking cool. So you look kind of sad right now, but we'll turn that around. We'll get it going. It's very good. I like everything that's going on here. I think you even see a mom here right now, and that is hard work. You're a mom, aren't you? You're a mom. Yes, clap for the mom in attendance right now. Mom came out to see your boy. Look at that. Make me feel good. I feel really good about that. And there's probably a dad here too. Like, what about me? What about me? What about me? But guys, I'm really happy to be here. Happy for this opportunity that Aaron and Kate gave me. This is really, really good. And if any called me Carlton, I will kill you. Okay? Like, let's just clean this palate. Okay? Because sometimes your laughter stings. Sometimes it stings. It's been a lot. It's been going through a lot today. I'm feeling a lot of things. I've been having a lot of emotions about tonight. I'm really happy for this. I'm not originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm not one of y'all. I'm not one of your kinfolk. I was actually raised in Columbus, Ohio. And I made the decision to move here 6 years ago because, like the old saying goes, life is short. So you're gonna move to Philadelphia and make it shorter, right? Like you're just gonna just do like Kesha says and die young. I did not have hypertension 3 years ago, and now I can't have red meat. Nothing is fair. Nothing is fair. Nothing is fair. But I like living out here, dude. I really do, because I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot from this city. You motherfuckers taught me to say water properly. Water, very good. I used to think John was the name of a person. Turns out it's a person, place, thing, or idea. You Philadelphians. Such a clever bunch you are. I've got to say, though, I've seen the temperament of the city, the ups, the downs, the heartbreaks, all this other stuff. And then y'all went and won the Super Bowl in February by defeating the Tom Brady piece of trash, nothing happening New England Patriots. And I can safely say, for the last 3 months, I ain't never seen you motherfuckers this nice, ever. Like, I've never seen, you guys are jovial, it's very, woo. You guys are saying hello, holding open doors for strangers, it's all very fucking weird. And I live in Center City, so when you guys won, I got really excited, and I ran out to Broad Street because I wanted to take in the energy and get that feel. And what I saw was amazing. I saw men crying in front of other men, okay? I saw women hug men they didn't know. And that was very stressful. That was stressful. But then there was a true, like, powerful moment that I had, that I experienced. I looked behind me, and a cop and I made eye contact. And he had tears streaming down his face. And he stuck his hand out, and he was like, Eagles, bro. And I was like, that's entrapment. No. You won't get me that way. No. You must work harder. No. Why's the body cam off? No. I was talking to a coworker about that the next day, and he was like, yeah, you were out in that? I was like, yeah, man, I was out in that. And he was like, when did you know it was time to go home because it might be too dangerous? And I was like, when I saw white men perfectly reciting Meek Mill lyrics. I was like, oh no, it's time to go. It's time to, we must, they know all the worst of dreams and nightmares? It's the witching hour, we gotta go. We gotta go. Seeing the white dude eat shit, that didn't even faze me. I'm like, that's normal. That's just Philadelphia. Of course, you want to eat some horse manure every now and again. They see me running through my own hood. But I was like, oh no, god damn. No, I have gotta go home. It is not safe here. But yeah, I live in Center City. I actually live in a part of Center City that's called the Gayborhood. And I like it a whole lot. I like the arts, I like the culture, I love the rainbows everywhere and all this. And my mom has never visited me in Philadelphia until about a year and a half ago. And when she came here, she was really excited. And she's like, honey, I'm with you in Philadelphia. What are we going to do? Are we going to go to Pat's and Gino's and have their world famous cheesesteaks? And I was like, Mom, I'm racist. No. And she's like, well, are we going to go to the Schuylkill Trail and run along that and keep good with the fitness? I was like, we got bad knees, so no. And then she was like, well, are we going to go to the art museum and check out the Rocky Balboa statue? And I was like, no. And she's like, well, honey, what are we going to do? And I was like, Mama, you are with me in the neighborhood in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You're going to get complimented by gay men for your incredible fashion sense. And then we're going to watch this homeless man fist fight at Starbucks. You understand that? It's like, okay? Not about that gimmick life. But I think this is my home now. This is my home. Like, I'm an East Coast type of person, I do believe. But living on the East Coast, like, there's a lot of truths this place will tell you about yourself. Number one truth that I learned in moving here is that I am not tough. I'm not threatening. I'm not threatening, dude. I'm not threatening, dude. You can't be tough when you use the word jovial in a sentence. It doesn't work. You know? It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Bombastic, that's another one. Good word, kid. But when you say it, you ain't tough. Who you hurting? Like, and literally, I've always known this. But coming from where I come from in the Midwest, like, people could read you differently. Like, someone could look at me and be like, oh man, look at this nice boy with the good edge up and fantastic pants. He could still potentially assault me if I step on his Nikes, right? Like, it's not like that out here on the East Coast. When I moved out here, the first thing I learned about myself is that I am the perfect OkCupid date for an angry white girl from North Jersey who wants to piss off her father. You know what I'm saying? She wants to make daddy mad, and I was supposed to help her make daddy mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I learned that. I was like, that's the type of dude I am. I'm the type of dude that a racist parent could hate the fact that their daughter was ever dating me. But they would never worry about her physical safety while with me. You know what I'm saying? You know? See a racist dad like arguing with his wife. God damn it, Margaret. I can't stand that Kelly is dating Setoiyo. But at least that boy drives a Prius, okay? At least he drives a good quality. No. To hell with Setoiyo. I will never like that guy. But you will not get me to talk bad about a Toyota. You won't do it, okay? Good gas mileage on this vehicle, okay? Good Japanese car. The Japanese, very strong people, you see. Oh, gosh. I'm going to have so much fun. But originally, I do come from what we like to call now a shithole country. It's called America, thank you. But no, my parents are Nigerian. My entire family's from Nigeria. I'm actually the first person in my entire family to be born in the United States of America, which means your boy's the fucking Lion King. What's good? Hey, Simba! Setoiyo Simba, my mane. Do you see my mane? My mane. Yeah, it's very, very good. Recently, my 30-year-old cousin chose to move from Lagos, Nigeria to Columbus, Ohio in November, and she has not been having a nice time at all. She doesn't like it. She's not having fun. She's not having fun, dude. Not having fun. VH1 lied to her. She's not having a good time. But I tried to tell her not to come here because I love my cousin and I want to do right by her. So I was like, look, hey, you know what? You ain't about this American life. You shouldn't come here. You should reevaluate. And she got really belligerent with me and she was like, you know what, cousin? You think I can't handle America because of racism and Trump. And I was like, no, Cindy, I don't think you can handle America because you've never experienced fucking winter before, okay? Like, all right? Okay? You don't have seasons where you come from. You're worried about racism. I'm worried about the flu, okay? I almost died this past winter. I almost died. A lot of you almost died. You almost didn't make it. You almost didn't come here on Mother's Day to see me, a man in fantastic pants, good shoes, strong shirt as well. You almost missed it because winter took it away from you. It's wild though. I come from a very politically motivated family back home. Like my grandmother was a women's rights activist and a civil rights activist. She has an airport in Lagos, Nigeria named after her. My grandfather was a governor. My father was very politically motivated. And I said to my mom 6 years ago, I ain't taking the LSAT, and then just moved to Philadelphia, right? So it never fails. I always feel this pressure to live up to the family lineage. So at the beginning of every work week, I will look into the mirror and I will give myself the greatest pep talk of all time. I'll literally be like, you know what, Setoiyo? Today's gonna be the day, man. Yeah. By the Aquai tribe and the Amoite family, you will go out into Philadelphia and you're gonna do good for this community. You're gonna help the sick. You're gonna feed the homeless. You're gonna help cure AIDS. You're gonna donate your time. You will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that the ties between Russia and the United States is nothing more than a distraction to distract you people from the fact that J. Cole's Forest Hills Drive went double platinum with no features. And then by the age of 47, you will climb Mount Kilimanjaro. Because like your great-great-granduncle said, when a man has passion, desire, and intensity, nothing can hold him back. And then I go to Forever 21 and buy 7 cardigans, okay? All right? Let's buy 7. Woo! Fulfilling an ancestral bloodline sounds hard. These cardigans are on sale. Good deal. The art of the deal. You understand this now. You understand me when I say it. But growing up in the Midwest, it was interesting. We say pop over there as a thing. I think y'all say soda. Do you guys say? You say soda like monsters, but we say pop. But honestly, coming up in that environment as the child of immigrants and having this voice, I used to get shit from people all the time. All the kids. Number one thing kids used to say to me growing up was, you know, Setoiyo, you ain't really black. Like it's a motherfucking entrance exam I forgot to take, you know what I'm saying? Like, I came out of my mama's womb, started getting breastfed, learned how to walk, and forgot to take my black LSATs. Can you believe this? So caught up on the walking, I forgot everything else. And I was talking to an acquaintance of mine, black dude, cool guy. We were talking about sports, and out of nowhere, he's like, you know what, Setoiyo? You know, you cool as shit, man. But you know, you ain't really black. And I was like, yo, how do you figure that? My parents are from Nigeria. That is in Africa. Literally the blackest place on the planet. And he was like, hey, dog, it still don't make you black. And I was like, motherfucker, your name is Derek. Like, you sound like any guy in America ever. My name's Setoiyo. I sound like the lone black dude on some weird Japanese anime that's about to get killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, Setoiyo wanted it that way. You don't know that. Setoiyo did not want it that way. And he was like, well, Setoiyo, you ain't never been shot by the police. And I was like, Derek, neither have you. Like, and I think we got time. We can go to a Waffle House and get this cracking. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's not the more coming. Like, you guys, you better strap in, goddammit. Strap in. Buckle up your seatbelts. It's going to be a rip-roaring ride. I saw Die Hard before I came here. I'm ready, okay? I saw John McClane jump out the window barefooted, dog. I'm ready to go. But I am 33 years of age now. I turned 34 in August, and I went to the bar recently, and I got carded by the bartender, and she looked at my ID, and she was like, you know, you don't look 33, and I was like, look at my skin, I better not. Are you kidding me? Like, I like being this age, though. I like it. It's cool, you know. I'm settled into who I am and everything. I can't do certain things that I used to be able to do before, you know. I can't run quite as fast, and I can't jump quite as high. That's fine. But I can no longer masturbate using just my imagination. That's a young man's game, isn't it? Yeah, that's 15-year-old Setoiyo. That's a good kid. Quick, some would say even. Yeah. You know, I tried to masturbate the other day using just my mind. I damn near passed out of heat exhaustion. You understand? Some of the hardest shit I remember. And I was nasty. I was a nasty boy. But I was a nasty boy. I had fantasies. Nasty was me. I was nasty. I used to have fantasies of black, white, Latin, and Asian women that were naked and consenting. Freak John, me. Nasty, yeah. Now I have fantasy where like the PPA will write me a handwritten apology letter, you know what I'm saying? And then I get a Pico bill that lets me know I got an $80 credit, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what gets me going. That's what fucking turns your boy on. Fuck yeah, dude. Benefits? Oh, God. I got off stage one time, and this woman said to me, she's like, hey, you had a really good set. And I was very flattered. Hypothetically, if that woman had given me a $100 gift card to Macy's, I would have been sexually aroused. You understand this, okay? No, but I will fuck up a Macy's. You gonna give me a $100 gift card to Macy's? Girl, I'll buy 3 bed skirts with that shit. Oh, the bed skirts I will buy. The things that I will do. Oh, man. No, it's real because sometimes I think about, hey man, it would be cool to be a teenager again. Like, I think about it. The other day, for instance, I was talking to my life coach, and some of y'all, some of you might call it a therapist, potato, whatever. I was talking to him, his name's Robert, and Robert was like, dude, I dig your positive attitude and your positive energy, but like, what are some of the things that really make you happy? And I was like, man, good skincare and vodka sodas make me happy. And he was like, Setoiyo, those are women's things. And I'm like, Robert, you're sexist. But I figured it out. I want to be 17 years old again for a day. For a day. Just for one day. And do 17-year-old kid stuff. Like have a good, clean pregnancy scare just for old time's sake. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Nothing too ridiculous, nothing too extreme, just the type that motivates you, okay? I remember one time I was 17, I had a pregnancy scare so intense, it made me go to Walmart and apply for an assistant manager position. You understand this? Okay. I woke up the next day, went to an AutoZone, and was like, I can do this now. I can do this. 20 years ain't no thing. I can learn about cars. I can do that. Because people coddle you when you're that age. They talk nice to you. They say you have all this potential. At this age, they're like, why haven't you done it yet? It's just different, right? It's fucking different. They're like, why haven't you done it yet? I'm like, hey, I'm still doing the thing. It's like, you should be done by now. And they say whatever the fuck to you. They say whatever the fuck they want. I don't like that. That's what I don't like. I don't like that. I like to go out dance. I like to go out and do the thing, dance moves. And recently, I went out to go dance. I was feeling really good. I had a fresh haircut. These pants had just come in the mail. I was wearing some black shoes. I had on a long cardigan, so I looked like a replicant from Blade Runner 2049. You know what I'm saying? Oh, dog, I was swagging. I look like Gosling's partner, the one you didn't hear about, right? And I was feeling good. I was feeling real good. And I went to the club, and I get there. It's amazing. It's amazing. The club is amazing. The women are there looking good, dancing. The men are just standing because, look at what we do. I don't know. I've never understood that, but it's okay. I'm doing my thing. I'm doing the doo-wop. I'm doing the nay-nay. I'm doing the electric slide to help race relations. I'm doing everything that I can possibly do. And I'm feeling myself so much, I go to the bar to get a drink. And when I'm at the bar, I notice this woman wearing glasses is just staring at me. And she starts walking up to me. I was like, hi. And she was like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Okay, God, these glasses, they're out of date, they're old. I mistook you for my boyfriend. I'm really sorry about that. I mistook you for my boyfriend because much like my boyfriend, you have a very fit ass. Yeah, you have a very fit ass, and I thought that I was going by the ass, and I'm like, oh, thank you so much. And then, and literally she's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I just mistook you for that, it's okay. I'm like, oh, it's no problem. And she gets right in my ear, and she was like, yeah, because I noticed that boys with fit asses are really big fucking sluts, right? You slut boy, slut. And I tighten up real hard because I have never met this woman in my entire life, and she knows way too much about my 20s. Yeah. And I look at her, I'm like, who are you? And she just goes, okay, bye, and walks to the other end of the bar. I kid you not, about a minute later, her 6'2", at least 225 pound, chiseled, white boyfriend comes to the bar, sees me staring at her, looks at me, looks back at her, looks at me, and he's like, hey man, did she just call you a slut? And I was like, yeah. And he looks at her and he's like, Rebecca, we talked about this. You can't just be calling boys sluts like this in public. She whipped around and said, you motherfuckers need to know how it feels. He looked at me, he's like, hey dog, Tinder. And I was like, she got a point. It's fine. She got a point. People say whatever they want, and the music is changing. I don't understand music. That's troubling. I thought I would always get that. I don't get it anymore because I'm getting old, and that's concerning. But I think it's weird because people are allowed to do whatever they want to do now in music, and that's cool. People are still allowed to do a lot of things they want to do right now. We're still living in weirdly progressive times. We still are. You know, it's like gays can get married in this country, and Taco Bell is open after 1 a.m. on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? We're doing some relatively progressive shit, you know? All right? But I think we got to scale back. We got to dial it back. We got to go back to the roots of what this great nation is all about, which is prohibiting people from doing shit for no reason, right? We got to get back to that. Got to get back to the core, our essence. Me personally, I don't think rappers should be allowed to tweet after midnight anymore, okay? Hard rule, but I stand on it. I stand by it. I'm real with this, okay? And I'll tell you what, like Kanye West, Okay, prime example. You see what happens when a man can just go tweeting with millions of dollars in the bank account at midnight. Nothing good can come of this, right? Now I'm just gonna tell you all a thing, actually. I'm just gonna tell you guys a thing. So y'all remember a couple years ago, for those of us who are Twitter initiated, Kanye West a couple years ago put out a tweet that said, Bill Cosby innocent, and it caused a lot of drama. And I was very distressed because I was like, well, one, grammatically that sentence is incorrect. And two, you supporting a rapist. But I then saw the greatest response to a tweet I had ever seen before in my life. Kanye tweets, Bill Cosby innocent, and right underneath that, some dude tweeted, nigga, why do you tweet like you only got Wi-Fi for 30 minutes? And I was like, there it is. That is amazing. Shut down Twitter. Shut down all of Twitter. Shut down all of Twitter. He's done. Even Ja Rule, another rapper, Ja Rule did that. Ja Rule did it, and I don't get it either. It was a couple weeks ago when Kanye said all that crazy shit, slavery's a choice, and then, the Bill Cosby verdict came in, so people in the black community were really divided. And then Ja Rule, out of nowhere, just tweets, I'm one of the most influential rap artists of all times. And this young, brave man, this brave warrior, quoted that tweet, and above that statement, he said, Ja, the black community is going through a lot right now. Not today, okay? That's a young, strong man. You need that. But I don't even understand rappers anymore. I don't get it. Rappers used to talk about fucking women dealing drugs and killing other rappers. It was amazing. Now rappers just talk about their feelings. It's very strange to me. I can't front. I loved it when rappers talked about drugs because I love drugs, right? I think drugs are cool. I would never do them because I'm terrified of them, right? But I love to fantasize about doing drugs. So literally, I will just sit around all day and listen to some of the most hardcore, thugged out, Rick Ross music, throughout the day. I'll bring a friend over to the crib and we'll watch Blow back to back to back in one day. And then when it's all over, I'll look at them and be like, hey man, that was a lot of fun. Do you want to drink these Woodchuck hard ciders and play apples to apples like adults now? How do you feel about Uno? You know what I'm saying? I'm not a total lame. I'm not a total lame. I've tried stuff, I smoked weed once, did the marijuana, and went over to a friend's house and was doing marijuana. He's like, dude, you're gonna love it. It's gonna take you to all types of places you ain't never been before. And he wasn't lying. I did 6 puffs of that and fell asleep on his bed with my shoes on. I ain't never been there before ever. So I was like, the man is not lying. But I felt so embarrassed. I felt really embarrassed because this drug helps so many people. And this drug is apparently responsible for some of the great artistic breakthroughs that have ever been recorded in modern society. Willie Nelson is 984 years old. But this dude gets high every day, still makes great music. I smoked weed one time, and I was like, I didn't know NyQuil made cigarettes. In a market economy, that's very... Just went to bed. So I was like, you know what? That's not my bad. That's not my thing anyway. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna do something a little bit more hardcore and intense. So when I was in college, I tried Adderall. And Adderall had me doing really weird stuff. Like my homework, okay? On time, You should never do a drug that makes you a productive member of society. That's all I can say. Literally, I did Adderall, and I did a drug that made me take an online calculus test, go outside in the middle of November, wash my car, come back inside my apartment, clean my room, then learn how to make spaghetti from scratch via instructions I got off Wikipedia. I was trying to get fucked up, not become Bradley Cooper from the film Limitless, you know what I'm saying? But I don't do drugs anymore because I'm already like this. I don't need enhancements. I'm afraid. I know I'd like cocaine. I hear heroin is just delightful. So I've watched Intervention, and I'm sorry. I know they're fucked up, but when they're on the floor, they look so peaceful. Okay, they look so zen. I'm like, I have never been that in my entire life. That is a calm. Ain't no anxiety down there, is it? No, ain't no anxiety. That looks like freedom, slumped over and everything. That looks like there is no spoon. That's what that looks like. Oh man. I don't do drugs, but I do peddle poison. I bartend part-time here in the city. I actually bartend at a concert venue called the Electric Factory, and it's a fun place to be. You get to see a lot of shows and see a lot of boy bands perform and festivals and everything. And in the fall, I got to work a heavy metal concert. And the headlining act was the legendary heavy metal group that is known as Slayer. And let me say, white people, what y'all do for fun is very troubling to me sometimes. What's even more troubling, it was the boy from Belize who was like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, that scares me even more. But it was great. It was an outdoor event. It was outdoors, okay? 3,000 people outdoors. 700 of them were shirtless white dudes with tattoos that can only be described as, you know, my mom has never hugged me. You know? Woo, this Jägermeister and meth is kicking, boy, it's kicking. Let's do it. Like, so they get together and the music starts and the thing whole starts up and they start doing the mosh dancing, you know, and the mosh dancing occurs and that's when white people get together with the sound of music and like, you guys know what you do. And they're mosh dancing for 7 uninterrupted hours. And I look at the foot of my bar and there's a shirtless gentleman with a death before dishonor tattoo around his neck. And he proceeds to punch himself in the face as hard as he can. So hard, he knocked his bottom tooth into his mouth. He spit it out, and with blood streaming out of his mouth, he yelled, "Fuck yeah, Slayer!" And I don't give a fuck. And it was at that moment I realized why white people have never lost wars. I saw it then. I was like, look at that. This is an indestructible killing machine. Okay? Cannot be bargained with or reasoned with. This is basically a Terminator. This is and that I felt like I was the three-eyed raven. I was like, I am Bran now. I see everything. I see it all. I get it. Yeah. Sometimes it's just fun to make fun of white people. And a lot of you are white, and you know it's fun too. Like you do it at home. Like you do. I know you do it. I know you guys do it, because then you have other friends, and some of you have Twitter accounts. You like to make fun of white people. Even Mom is laughing. She's like, yeah, it is kind of fun. It is kind of fun to make fun of a white person every now and again. It is. It is. But on some real shit, I gotta say, like, everything's been happening the past couple of years. I didn't know white liberals could get this angry. You guys are fired up. Look at you. Huh? You guys, so you guys got some chutzpah now, didn't you? I mean, it took you long enough, took you very long, but you guys are here, you know. It's really interesting to see. I knew things were going like bad, you know, when white people got mad at Yingling. I was like, oh boy, this is tough now. They're mad. They're mad at a beer. This is very tense, you know. You know. Then y'all went and deleted Uber. I was like, they're deleting Uber. I don't know what to do. I'm scared, you know. I root for white people all the time. I do, because we're here together. We're all in this together, and I root for y'all constantly, mostly as a means of survival. Because sometimes you are very scary. You're very scary. You scare me a lot. You do. You scare me a lot, and it's fine. I mean, it's okay. Like, you know, I think, you know, we're all in this together, and things are, you know, kind of tense at the moment. But I do believe that white-on-white crime is the most violent thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And someone snapped like they were at a poetry reading, and that's someone went and did this. I'm like, where's the incense? Burn it now. Let's burn the incense. Now, people tell me all the time, they're like, no, Setoiyo, what about black-on-black crime? And I'm like, yeah, that's true. A black person will rob or kill another black person. A white person will destabilize a housing economy. Do you understand this? Or give, like, Roseanne another season. You know what I'm saying? Like, something very harmful to the greater good. Now, I've been in the room with gang members. Bloods and Crips, not at the same time, because they won't do that type of thing. And I've seen them get really upset, and I'm like, yo, shit's about to go down. I have also been at a frat party and seen 4 frat boys really upset, and I was like, we all gotta go, or someone's getting sexually assaulted, and our parents' property tax is going up. We gotta leave. We gotta do it. We gotta leave, dude. I know I hurt you. No, it's fine. It's fine. But this is just the time that we live in, right? Like, I'm astounded by it. Like, we live in a time where, did you know it's not okay to fuck up a Nazi? You know, it's like questionable now to slap a Nazi in the face. I never thought I would see the day. Like, I was born and raised in Hulk Hogan and Ronald Reagan's America. The America I grew up in, you took your prayers, you took your vitamins, you said your prayers, and you body slammed a Nazi. It was clean. It was clean what you did then. Yeah, it was clean then. You know, now you can't do it. I was having a conversation with a dude, and he was like, nah, man, look, you can't just assault someone because of their political ideology, even if it means the violence and death of other marginalized groups. And I was like, yo, all right, that's fair, but can the cops, like, stop shooting unarmed civilians and mistaking shower handles for guns? And he was like, whoa, that's complex. You can't, that's a complex one. I do think people need to lighten up on some things. I was talking to a coworker the other day, and I was like, hey, how's your day? And he was like, well, Trump is president, so you know how that goes. And I was like, dude, you haven't answered the question. It's only too, And he's like, no, man, I'm pissed off because there's no more great Americans. And guys, I fundamentally disagree. There are great Americans everywhere. You just got to think about it a little bit differently, right? So Donald Trump, maybe not a great American, okay? Jeff Sessions, maybe not a great American. MC Hammer, maybe not a great American, okay? He did give us hammer time, but, he lost $30 million in a year. That's got to be hard, Guys, in my humble opinion, I believe in my heart of hearts that Ice-T is top 5, dead or alive, greatest American that has ever lived. Yes, some of you are awoken. Yes, you're welcome, yes. And for all of you who don't have Ice-T on your top 5 list, with all due respect, fuck your list, okay? This is a great American. Seriously, what other light-skinned black dude can grow up with the name Tracy, become a pimp and a drug dealer in the 70s, not get killed or go to prison, then join the army, go AWOL, still not go to prison, then in the 80s start rapping, become very successful, then in the late 80s start a rock group called Body Count, drop a song called Cop Killer that's an underground hit, get dropped by his label, and with all of America looking at him like, yeah, what the hell you gonna do now? Ice-T was like, I'm gonna become a cop on TV. Let me get this SVU Dick Wolf money. My man has been putting up LeBron numbers for decades. Okay? That's it. Oh man, it's good. I'm gonna take a drink of the potion right now if you don't mind, because my back sweat right now is on fleek, dude. Like, a lot of y'all might be sitting comfortably. It is hot up here, okay? These flashing lights, that's a Kanye reference again, I've done it. Oh my God, that's tremendous back sweat. Makes me feel like an athlete. But no, I think there are plenty of great Americans. I think there are plenty of great Americans. Some of y'all are probably great Americans. I think my mama's a great American. She's been here like 40 years. Been an American citizen over 20. It's just cool, yeah. My mom's a great American. My mama's great. She's kind of like your mama, but she's my mama, so she's better. No disrespect to you. I'm sure you've done great things with your children. Oh, okay. Okay, wait. What's your name, madam? Maria. What's your name, sir? Matt, did you tell Mama you love her today? Yeah, you did. More than once, okay. 5 more times before the end of the night, too. It's also very important. No, but I love it. Like, my mom is great, man. She raised me as a single parent. She's been successfully running her own healthcare company for the past 18 years. And at the age of 58, 4 years ago, she got her PhD. This woman is amazing. She is a walking Tyler Perry film, minus him in drag and the shitty overacting, right? Like, she's good. My mom's good. But my mom, it's interesting because I like to have these conversations with her and really get her take on things, her perspective on things in this country. So not too long ago, I asked her, hey, Mom, what's it like for you being a woman in this country, and how do you feel about it? And she's like, well, honey, let me tell you. And I was like, oh, here we go. Shit, I done did it. And she's like, well, honey, listen, I am a woman, which means that I've got to be tough, but I've also got to be sweet. I've got to be a bitch, but I've also got to be caring. I've got to be a lady in the streets, but I got to be a freak in the bed. Honey, I have got to be skinny, but not too skinny. I have got to be curvy, but not too curvy. I've got to be interesting, but not too interesting. The boys don't like that. Honey, I got to learn how to have an orgasm. Honey, I need to learn how to fake an orgasm for my survival. And I was like, yo, I am a 33-year-old man. All I got to be able to do is read, have a job, and admit that I cry sometimes, and I'm a fucking catch. Okay? No bullshit. I have a full head of hair, car in my own name, and I live alone. That's a super like on Tinder. Okay? Like, that's not even bragging. That's a mathematical equation. That's like the Pythagorean theorem of manhood. Okay? That's PEMDAS. I gave you PEMDAS. You're welcome. I gave you the PEMDAS of manhood. That's all it is. But it's true though. I think it's absolutely spot on true. It's like there are disparities there. I've got cousins, and a lot of them are women, and they're younger than me, and I'm seeing them date, and it sucks. It looks terrible. Like, my favorite cousin she is 23 years old, and I love her a whole lot. Helped raise her. She's phenomenal, very cool, very smart, and she came to visit me recently from Dallas, Texas to Philadelphia, and it was great to have her around, man. It was cool. We took her everywhere, let her see the sights, let her go to bars and all this stuff. She's black and Puerto Rican, so it was a problem, but whatever. We got through it, and we're having dinner, having fun, cracking jokes, and her phone buzzes, and she goes to look at her phone, and she just sighs really deep. And I was like, Emma, what's wrong? And she's like, cousin, look, hard dick right on the phone. Hard dick right on the phone. Hard dick on my cousin's phone. hard dick. Long vein in the dick too, very long vein, like a calligraphy S or like a lazy G, something very, And I looked at the picture and I was like, oof, well, that dick got 8 hours of sleep. That's what that dick did. That is a well-rested dick. That's a gallon of water a day dick. I've had many erections in my life. You don't be having erections like that without proper water intake. I know that much. And she was like, cousin, I don't want this. And I was like, I don't want this either. He said, cousin, I'm pissed off because I thought he was such a nice guy. And I was like, and that's how we get you every time. That's how we get you. I don't understand an unsolicited dick pic. I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. Like, even being sent, anytime I've ever sent one at a request, I've never felt that confident. I felt very stressed and a lot of pressure. That woman does not know what my lighting situation is, okay? A lot of factors that go into something like that. I remember one time, years ago, I had a woman text me, yeah, Setoiyo, let me see a picture of that big black dick. And I was like, madam, it's February. I don't want to do this. No, okay? Reclaiming my time, I did a show in New York not too long ago, and after the show, I was at the bar, and I started chatting it up with this very attractive older woman, and we're like just flirting, playing around, nothing serious. And then out of nowhere, she was like, I like big dicks. And I was like, well, that's an escalation from a low. Indeed, that's very big. And then she was like, no, you don't understand. I like them like 13 inches or bigger. And I was like, respect. But why? Why? Fucking why? What for? What for? A 13-inch penis, that is not a sexual organ, okay? That is a melee weapon. You know what I'm saying? Like you assault motherfuckers with them things. That's what you do with that. That's what you do. That's an abnormality. That person's basically an X-Men. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't fuck that person. You tell him, no, you know what? Fuck that. You pick your pants up. You go join Professor X. You go into Camden. Do some real good for this community, okay? You are not here to dispel pleasure. You are here to give pain. That's all you're here to do, sir. It gets tricky because like I always like to really know about my mom. So I'm bringing just simple things that I don't know about her because growing up she didn't talk about a lot of things. Recently, when I was home for Christmas, we were putting up the Christmas tree, and I just asked her because I never knew, and I was like, "Hey, Mama, what is your favorite color?" And she looked at me and said, "Oh, well, honey, the blood of Christ." I was like, Mama, I would have also accepted red. That's fine as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fine, We were watching a rally on MSNBC, and my mom got extremely worked up, and she was like, you know what, honey, no, I've got to pause this. She got DVR. I was like, I got to pause this, and I don't get these damn rallies, okay? They don't make any sense to me. First of all, a bunch of people wake up, they get all dressed up, they drive this location, and I bet you the parking is probably terrible, and they get in there, there's a bunch of loud music playing, probably not enough seating, the air conditioner probably does not work, place probably just wants your money. I bet you half those people are just there for sex, and then someone gets on stage, they promise to make everything better, and honey, nothing ever gets better. What the fuck? And I was like, Mama, you have just described your church, okay? You have just described your non-denominational Christian church. She came back at me too. She's like, honey, don't say that. I could be describing a comedy show as well. I'm like, oh shit, that's right, okay. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Oh yeah. My mom wants me to have kids so that she can have grandkids because she's fucking selfish. Very selfish. Selfish woman, very, very selfish. She saw me living life, having fun, and coming without repercussion, and she was like, no, none of this. No, no. Honey, we are Nigerian. If you're not going to become a doctor or a lawyer, you need to make me a soccer team. You know what I'm saying? Like... And she tried to sell me on it. She did. She tried to sell me on it she tried. She really tried. And she's like, listen, honey, I've got to be honest with you. Having children is amazing. I will be honest. You have ruined my body forever. And the moment that you were born, I have never stopped worrying every day since. But as I look at you now and the man that you have become, I can safely say you are the greatest achievement of my entire life. And I was like, woman, that is an awful sales pitch. That is terrible. That is awful. Why would you mean to tell me I gave you stretch marks and anxiety? I thought you wanted me to go have kids, not go get an emergency vasectomy. You know what I'm saying? Like, And I don't believe her. I don't believe it. I don't believe it that she said, "Oh, you're the greatest achievement of my entire life." No way, dude. She's got 4 big screen, flat screen TVs. There's no way, dude. Like the market pricing alone of that, like, you know, I got a lot of debt. Like, there's no way. You know? And seriously, everything she's accomplished in her life already. Runs her own healthcare company. Raised me by herself. And one time, during a domestic dispute that my father initiated, my mom whooped his ass with nothing but a Hot Wheel track, okay? Okay? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you about my daddy. My daddy was 6 feet, 1 inch tall, 200 pounds of straight muscle, and fought in the Nigerian Civil War. My mom whooped his ass. He got scared, called the cops. They showed up and took him to prison. You know what I'm saying? Okay? And quite frankly, that is far more impressive than having a 33-year-old son that does comedy and thinks that Nickelback is underrated. Okay? Well, they are. They are. Hard truth. They're underrated. Okay? They are. No. And someone's shaking the audacity of someone to shake their head no at me of this point because it hurts you. Okay? It hurts you. I am providing alternative facts right now, and then they're hurt by it. No, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of you people. I'm gonna tell you there are 3 objectively good songs. How You Remind Me, Never Again, and Too Bad. Yeah, mind blown, didn't it? Yeah, I got you. Yeah, and no, I'm real about this. When you go home tonight, look it up on Spotify, and you people won't, because you're cowards. Yes, you don't want to know that. You don't want to know a world where Nickelback objectively did something good. You don't want that on you don't want that stain on your life. You don't want that, do you? But you don't want to be brave like I am right now. What have these fine Canadian men ever done to you, huh? These fine, white, pure, Canadian good men who have only ever given love, you know? It's because they've got good health care. That's what it is. I see it, dude. I see through it. No, but I know about kids. And they're a lot. I teach hip-hop dance in North and West Philly to preteens. And a lot of them come from broken homes and impoverished environments, but they are exceptionally talented. They are incredibly motivated. They're gonna do great things with their lives, and they've all got smart fucking mouths, all of these children, okay? So they're very mean children. They say very mean things to you when you are very emotionally vulnerable. They say very mean things to you. And they try to excuse it too. They're like, "Nah, man, we're not being mean. It's a roasting session. We're roasting you. We're gonna roast you." And I'm like, that's interesting. When I was a kid, we called that hurting feelings. Called that emotionally stunting a young person. That's what we called that, you know? I remember the first week I taught there, a handful of them cornered me after class. And one kid spoke for everyone, and he was like, "Hey, man, your name is Setoiyo. That sounds like Sequoia. Her name is Latoya. We gonna call you Toyota." I was like, that don't even fucking make sense. That's just incredible. That's just obnoxiously mean, you know? And they started singing. They looked at me and started singing. They were like, "Sequoia, Sequoia, he doesn't know what he had. He never had a dad." I'm like, wait, when did y'all practice this? When did you practice this right here? I couldn't take it anymore, though. I lost it on one of these badass kids. I drive a 2003 Mazda Protege, swag. And I'm driving up to the location, swaggy as I am, and all of my swagoo, very, very good. And one of the kids sees me, and he sees me get out of the car, and he was like, "Ooh, Sequoia, you drive a dusty-ass ride. Man, you ain't got no bread." And I looked at him, I was like, "Maurice, you are 14 and homeless. Don't do this, okay? Don't do it. Don't do it, young man." Kids are assholes. They're assholes. I know, because I was a kid, and I was an asshole. I was an asshole a lot, you know? I used to get whoopings growing up as a kid, and it was fine. It wasn't nothing crazy. It wasn't anything crazy. Sometimes you just gotta get the shit smacked out of you in a Walmart, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta get smacked real hard in a Walmart where everyone can see, and no one helps you, and then you become better, you know what I'm saying? Like, then you learn. You know? And my mom's Nigerian. Like, Nigerian women, they go and smack their kids. That's what they do. Nigerian women do 3 things quick. They have kids quick. They smack their kids quick. And they'll forgive their husbands for having families on the side quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are good women. Very strong of that era. Yeah, you gotta know a Nigerian family to know how true that is. My mom hasn't laid a hand on me in 20 years, but I promise you, if she walked into that door right now and made any sudden movements in my general direction, motherfuckers, I am flinching, okay? So, woman got quick hands, boy. I remember the last time she whooped me, I was 13 years old. And prior to that, I had been taking Taekwondo for 7 years. I started at the age of 6 because my mom was very concerned about my physical well-being because I was a very small child. And on the flip side, I was like, hey, mama gonna let me become the first black Ninja Turtle. What's good? You know what I'm saying? Like, fast forward to 13, she catches me skipping school and she calls me on the phone and she was like, when I come home, I am whooping that ass. And I was like, I know, okay. And I had 7 hours to ruminate over this ass whooping that was coming. And I got to thinking, and I was like, you know what, man? I'm grown. I'm a teenager. And I don't feel like getting whooped today. I'm the man of this house, okay? I don't pay no bills, but I vacuum sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to get whooped today, So as my mom came into the house, I saw the fire in her eyes, but she obviously did not see the fire in mine because when she came to strike me, I just blocked and parried everything she did, dude. Yeah, dog. Woof, your boy was nice. She came to smack me in the face. I gave her the Floyd Mayweather shoulder roll. I was like, no. She tried to hit me on the behind. I was a Super Mario brother. I was like, doo-doo. Like, she tried to pop me in the chest. I turned into Neo in the Matrix. I was just like, and she got so mad, she stopped. And she was like, Setoiyo, don't be an asshole. I gave birth to you. And I was like, yeah, out your vagina, and I slipped that one too. Ha! Woman caught me with the hardest uppercut I've ever felt in my entire life. Quick hands, I'm telling you, quick hands. I heard a Hadouken, it was very traumatic. It was very... A couple weeks ago, I got off stage, and this woman yelled out to me, Setoiyo, you ain't nothing but a mama's boy. And I said, I would prefer the term mom enthusiast, thank you. But no, I grew up with this, it was just me and her, so you're just gonna have a lot of experiences. I ran track in high school, and I was 17 years old, and I ran a 10.9 in the 100-meter dash, which was a big deal back then. And everyone's talking to me, and they're like, yo, you the man. I'm like, yeah, I'm the man. I'm the man. And I get into my car to drive home to my mom's house, and the whole time, I'm the man. And I remember unlocking the door to my mother's house, opening the door, walking into the door, and as I walked into the house, I heard my mother in her room having sex with her boyfriend. Whew. You people ever heard your mama come? You ever done this? Yeah. At 17 years old, you hear your mama come, and then at 24, your friend wants to show you MILF-themed pornography, and he's like, dude, you're gonna love it. And you're like, that's fucking disgusting. That is a mother. One of the worst moments of my entire life. That's like finding out in one moment there is no Santa, there might not be a God, and your mom definitely likes to have sex to Eddie Murphy's My Girl Likes to Party All the Time playing in the background. You know what I'm saying? Brings whole new meaning to the term coming to America. Do you understand? It's like some of you are like, please stop. I just had dinner with my mom, please. Please, this hurts. Homie right here is like, I can't look at mom no more, cuz. You gotta stop, cuz. It's like, I can't do it. He's such a good son. He's just been smiling the entire time, patient, all the while he is hurting inside. And I was the vehicle that brought the pain. Do you understand this? And do you understand? I'm going to tell you guys a story about the first time that I was ever exposed to racism. It's a heartwarming tale, real feel-good type of thing. No, but it's really interesting. It's cool. I was first exposed to racism when I was 8 years old. Which means that for the first 8 years, I had a good fucking run, right? I had a good run. 8 years, no racism. Dude, that is 8 years where you get a Comcast bill every month and there's no hidden fees. Oof, it's nice. Ain't nobody trying to hurt you. It's real good. It's real good. So my mom and I lived in an apartment at this time, and my mom goes to take a shower. I go to look outside the window, and when I look outside the window, I see my best friend, Ricky Williams, playing on the playground, and I get really excited. I run outside the apartment. I run down the steps, run out the door, cross the street, and I give Ricky Williams a great big old hug because I am a young Nigerian boy who has no concept of anyone's personal space. You know what I'm saying? Like the culture I came from, everyone hugged. Boys hugged, girls hugged, women hugged. Only the men who cheated on their wives didn't hug. Them niggas shook hands, okay? And Ricky was a cool kid, man. Ricky had a G.I. Joe backpack that he wore all the time. He had a crew cut, haircut, blonde hair. Think about Zach Morris before Zach Morris found out what a hand job was. You know what I'm saying? Like, good kid, right? And I step back from him like, hey, Ricky, man, so good to see you. What do you want to play today? We have the jungle gym. We've got the swing set, and we've got the sandbox. I was thinking we start all over at the jungle gym, calisthenics, and then we go over to the swing set because, like you said, Ricky, if Superman can fly, then so can we. So good to see you. And then we end over at the sandbox because all good things end in the sandbox. I am 8. And he looks at me, and he was like, nah, man. I can't play with you anymore. In fact, I can't play with you ever again. We can't be friends. And the moment I hear that, my heart sinks. And I'm like, well, Ricky, why? And he's like, hey, because you're black. And my parents told me I can't play with black kids anymore. Yeah. And in that moment, I was incredibly relieved. I was like, woo, that's it? That's all it was? And I looked at him like, oh, Ricky, don't worry. It's fine. I'm brown. We can totally play. And he looks at me and he's like, no, you're black. I can't play with you. He's a little forceful about this time. And I was like, Ricky, I've looked into this. Okay, like, I got the Crayola coloring set at the crib. Like, I can show you if you would like. And he was like, no, I'm not playing with you. No more blackies. And walks over into the sandbox. This Zach Morris-looking son of a bitch breaks my heart and walks over into our sandbox where we built castles in the sky. So I did what an 8-year-old man would do. I cried really hard, ran back upstairs to tell mom. That's very stressful. So I go tell my mom, and my mom has just gotten out of the shower, and she's wearing nothing but a white towel. She sees me crying, asks me what's the matter, and I tell her, and I see my mom become incensed. I see my mom turn red in the face because she's brown like me, and we can do that shit sometimes. In that moment, I know it's about to go down, so I run into my room. My mom runs after me, snatches me out of the room, walks outside the apartment in her towel, walks down the steps in her towel, walks out the complex in her towel, walks across the street in her towel, and puts both of her feet into the sandbox in a towel, naked and wet. The most stereotypically African thing I'd ever seen in my life up to this point. Like, if this woman had a spear, she could be on National Geographic. It was amazing. It was amazing. She points at Ricky and says, Ricky, go get your parents now. They can spread that filth to you, but they will not spread that to my son. And Ricky looks very afraid, and he looks over at me, and I look at him, with tears streaming down my face and snot coming out my nose. And I very calmly, very coolly, like a G, held up 2 Crayola crayons. One was black and one was brown. And I was like, do you see, Ricky Williams? Do you see? I am the brown one. How dare you not know your color wheel? I am brown. And in that moment, both Ricky and my mom looked at me and said, yo, what the hell is your problem? Guys, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for coming out tonight. You guys have been amazing. You guys have been great. That's my time. Happy Mother's Day to you all. Have a nice night.
Give it up one more time for Setoiyo, everybody.